I'm a really sensitive person, so emotionally involved in my work and in everything in my life that I can't help but be affected by things, but I think it's better to feel everything like to its fullest than to just kind of go along like this.
I'm from North Carolina. My sister, who is now a choreographer, she and I would watch old movies. I remember we did Mary Poppins one time and we recreated it in our living room and like with all of the dress ups, and then she did the steps and like we performed that together. My schedule when I was younger was just like going to school and then jumping in the car and like changing into my ballet clothes on the way to the studio. There was a period of time where things like weren't really great at home, and I think naturally like anyone goes towards what makes them feel good. I just loved ballet so much. I decided to enroll at the School of American Ballet. So when I got here in the fall and I was 17 expecting to stay a year at the school, I was invited to join the company a week later. I was so busy and I danced like every day, and that was like thrilling, but I just remember being really overwhelmed because I just never felt like I had time for myself. I'd just gotten in the company. I'd only been in the company a year, and I had this horrible injury, and for another year I spent trying to get it diagnosed. There was a chance after the surgery I wouldn't, dance anymore. Yeah. It was definitely a difficult time though, and that's when I started really getting into yoga too and doing like a lot of meditating to try to just stay sane, because ballet has been so much a part of my life. I felt like I lost a lot of my identity. I was injured and I just started to explore other things that I was interested in, and definitely met a lot of people in fashion, and then I met an incredible woman who was almost like my fairy godmother, and she was the one where it really introduced me to like dressing. And I was going to one of the first galas again that I had been to dancing, and she gave me this wonderful bend dress. Every time I put it on I feel like so girly and special, but it's also amazing because it's just like a bag, like it's just comfortable and just throw it on. Because I spend so much of my day in a leotard and tights, what I wear, when I get up in the morning and put on clothes, it's usually comfortable. Whatever is happening with the weather, as soon as I get to work, I take it off. I saw this jumper and I was attracted to the shape, and I had an event to go to. It was for a gala, which usually I would wear something way more dressy. I was just drawn to leather stuff, kind of like tough, durable material. A lot of things I have are very girly and like inspired, I think, by ballet. I was drawn to them because they have these little wings on the back. I needed black boots, and I wanted a pair of short black boots and a pair of tall black boots. I didn't want to buy both, and I saw these, and they're awesome because they'll do both. I went through this period where I was really into like writing accessories. Even though this isn't a writing coat, it has that feel, and so that's why I got it. It's very Victorian. I have a small collection of vintage dresses. And this, actually, I think this is the first one I bought. I don't shop that way. Like, I don't go out and like find what is like the in. It's usually like an emotional thing or like utility. It was just a series of things. Like first my foot, then my other foot, then they had to redo my foot, and then my knee. And then I found out I had this like underlying problem, which was explaining why my body just wasn't healing. I just tried to stay productive. I tried to read more. I started doing other things in the city that I didn't have time to do once I could walk a little bit. And I actually went to watch at the ballet a lot, which was so hard in the beginning because I just would get jealous. But when you're working, you never get an opportunity to watch because you're dancing all the time. I found it really valuable. Now I can say it was liberating because ballet is so, you get tunnel vision. I mean, it's your entire life. I got like my social life back. I went to India. It just radiates this positive energy, even though there's so many areas that are like so poor and in need of basic things. But the vibe is just so positive, and I think coming back to New York, I was like, I'm really lucky in a lot of ways. My life is not that bad. Yeah, I had an injury, and if I dance again, great, and if I don't, that's okay too. It just put things into perspective a lot. I had a feeling I could get back in balance without having the surgery on my glands. I changed my diet, like I did all of this alternative stuff, and it worked, yeah. I was so nervous all the way up to the point of performing it, but it was like once I got on stage, I felt so calm, and I had never experienced that before, and it was like one of the most amazing feelings. I just felt like I could do whatever I wanted, and I had so much fun. I mean, it's worth it to have the highs be really high.